Oh, it's got LS1 Baird with a good start on the grid. He'll get an overtake on David Final Form. David Final Form on the left, LS1 Baird on right. F-Bomb with a great start on the grid as well here. We've got Plague here on the right hand side. We've got 2x2 as we go over the uphill right. Our top 4 in shot here. LS1 Baird, David Final Form, Plague and F-Bomb. We've got Pertaco, Hoodlum, Mooner, Rock Train, Recrafter and Noob School at the back of the grid. LS1 Baird getting a very good start off the grid. Qualified a little bit further back, but he is cleared Plague already. David Final Form falling down to 4th position. F-Bomb up into 2nd place, doing very well for himself here. F-Bomb up into 2nd, got LS1 and Baird in 1st, F-Bomb in 2nd, and got Plague. Bomb goes a little bit wide there, so Plague will be on the left, looking to get an overtake in here. Baird looking to gain some pace here while there's a battle going on behind him. David Final Form gets an overtake done on Plague. He's going to look for an overtake now on F-Bomb as we go down the hill, but F-Bomb still in 2nd position. So we've got David Final Form in 3rd, Plague in 4th, then we've got Pertaco 5th, Rock Train alongside Hoodlum there, gets up into 6th. Mooner looking for 7th place on Hoodlum as we go side by side down the hill. Then we've got Recrafter not too far behind. So LS1 Baird here, his first race of the evening, getting a very good start on the grid. And he is climbing, building that gap while F1 has a good battle here with David Final Form. Got Plague there in 4th place, Pertaco in 5th, Rock Train in 6th, Mooner 7th, Hoodlum 8th, Recrafter in 9th. And Noob School will round out the top 10. So a blistering start there from LS1 Baird. I'm not sure if he's been starting, he's been practicing his grid starts, but it definitely worked for him as he climbed up a row on the grid straight into 1st position, building the gap here to F-Bomb in 2nd place. David Final Form in 3rd. David Final Form has done all 4 races tonight, but F-Bomb goes very, very wide there. It looks like he's going to have good exit speed on that corner. This one Baird building the gap then to F-Bomb in 2nd place. David Final Form, he fell all the way down into 4th position, now looking to get 2nd from F-Bomb. F-Bomb who had a battle with Mooner in the first race, now having a battle for a podium spot here in his 2nd ever Revline Wreckfest 2 event. David Final Form will go on the outside. F-Bomb was going to hold it for now, but David Final Form will have the inside of us going through the uphill right-hander. So we've got America in 1st, America in 2nd at the moment, Germany alongside F-Bomb here. David Final Form looks like he's going to complete the pass there on F-Bomb, and he will get into 2nd place as we go up the hill. Can he complete the pass? Looks like he does. F-Bomb is not going to give up easy though. Clean racing action here. F-Bomb has got up to speed very quickly, and he is holding on to a podium spot right now. David Final Form in 2nd place is now going to look to chase down LS1 Baird for 1st place. Plague is now looking for an overtake here on F-Bomb. He's looking for a podium spot. F-Bomb on the left. Plague is going to have the inside as we go into the final turn. F-Bomb going for that speed there, but looks like it's going to be a little bit slower as we go down the hill. So Plague will jump up into 3rd place after a decent start there from Bomb. He does lose 2 positions, and he's not giving up easily here on Plague. As we go down the hill, we're going to hit the hard left-hander, and he is going to keep hold of 3rd for now. Whatever he did there, changing his parts, altering his racing lines, it's definitely helped F-Bomb as he is holding on to a podium position for now. So as we go up here to LS1 Baird, he is in 1st place, looking very good for himself right now. We're on lap 8 of 36. David Final Form now free to do laps. We've seen him do 33.9 in a previous race. Can he replicate that in this one? He's got a bit of a gap here to catch up to LS1 Baird. F-Bomb goes a little bit wide there, so Plague will be able to get that position. It looks like F-Bomb backed out of that one a little bit there. Rock Train is currently in the 5th position, and F-Bomb will have to do some more defending. I've raced a few times with Rock Train. He's a very fast racer, very consistent, and after maybe a disappointing qualifying for himself, he is looking to get a decent race result here, as he has got 3rd position in his sights. So here's your battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Plague, F-Bomb and Rock Train. Just up ahead we've got David Final Form, then we've got LS1 Baird in 1st. F-Bomb not letting Plague go. Rock Train now getting involved. It's going to be side by side with Rock Train as we're about to go up the hill. Go through the long right-hander. F-Bomb holding that middle lane there. decent speed as we go down the hill. Might give Plague the opportunity to escape, but it looks like Bomb is not letting Plague go. Rock Train looking for something to happen here. So Bomb now on looking for the inside as we go through this uphill right, but he'll have the outside as we go downhill into the hard left. Plague's going to go a little bit wide, so that's going to allow F-Bomb to go side by side with Plague. Rock Train in hot pursuit here. F-Bomb probably in the wrong position for himself there, as he was on the far left and he was a little bit slowed down probably by the terrain there. That's going to mean that Rock Train's going to go side by side with him over the start finish. Great racing here by these three men. Rock Train on the inside of F-Bomb. This battling is probably going to allow Plague to get some breathing room, but Bomb still with some of his car in front of Rock Train will hold on to that position for now. Rock Train slowed down a little bit there. We've got Pertaco, Hoodlum not too far behind, and we've got Reedcrafter and Mooner. So let's keep an eye on this lead battle. Looks like David Final Form is catching up to Ellis Wombaird. He is in first place right now. David Final Form in second. David Final Form with a 34.174 to his name. Sorry, I'll just get my chat up so I can see you. So back to this battle for third, fourth and fifth. Plague, F-Bomb, Rock Train. After his first race last time around for Bomb, he did some tweaks and he is looking for a battle for third position right now. He's got a good battle here with Plague and Rock Train. All this battling is allowing Pertaco and Hoodlum to catch up, and Reedcrafter not so far behind. Baird is so fast. Yeah, he's proven that right here, but David Final Form is catching up. After David Final Form, he did qualify on pole position. He fell down to fourth position after the start, and he's now in second, and he's chasing down Ellis Wombaird. It's getting a little bit closer every single lap. We're about to reach the halfway stage. Ellis Wombaird will be sweating right now. There's the gap between him and the equals band. David Final Form in second gets ever closer. We've got Plague and Bomb. I'm not sure what happened to Rock Train. What happened to Rock Train here? He is a bit down the grid now. I'm not sure if that was an incident or if he just rolled himself over the bump there on the final turn, but he is now out of this third, fourth battle between Plague and F-Bomb. Hopefully there was no incident and it was just an accident, but F-Bomb there got a little bit into Plague, but he does pull out of that one, so Plague will still hold on to that third position. Looks like Pertaco and Hoodlum are getting ever closer to this battle for third and fourth. Ooh, Hoodlum nearly spun Pertaco there. He does back out of that one. That's going to allow Reedcrafter into this battle. Is he going to get this position? Looks like Hoodlum will hold on to it for now. Yeah, we've done 4 of these Black Rangers. This is the last one of the evening. Look at this. The gap between Ellis Wombaird and David Final Form has gotten smaller once again. David Final Form on a 34.174. Ellis Wombaird, his pace not too shabby though. He built that gap after everyone was battling on the first lap, the first, second and third lap, until David Final Form got himself free of the pack. Sweat engaged, yes indeed. But the gap is getting smaller. Let's go back to the battle for third and fourth. It looks like there's a gap between Plague and Bomb now, so not too close between those. And we've got Pertaco, Hoodlum, Reedcrafter, and then Rock Train looking for a redemption drive here to try and get some more positions. He's got about half the race to do so. So here we are nearly about 2 cars gap between Ellis Wombaird and David Final Form. About 1 second between them as we are on lap 18 of 36. Ellis Wombaird with a blistering start off the grid. Climbed up into first from the second row on the grid. David Final Form fell back, but now they are together on the track here. We've got Ellis Wombaird, American Homie, David Final Form, equals band from Germany. And they're now battling for first and second position. Our last race of the evening, David Final Form been very consistent tonight. He's had wins to his name. Podiums too. Ellis Wombaird, this is his first race tonight, looking for 1 and 1 He has got a defence job ahead of him with David Final Form hot on his heels. As I say, that David Final Form does hit the wall there. That's going to give LS1 Bed some breathing room. So David Final Form now has to pick up the pace once again to get back on the back of him once again. Plague is building that gap over F-Bomb. F-Bomb having a good race so far. We'll probably find out at the end what happened to Rock Trade. I'm not sure what the situation was there. I'm hoping it... Well, I'm not hoping, because obviously it's not good for him, but I'm hoping it was not a racing incident and it was more a track incident. But we shall find out. Noob School letting the leaders overtake. David Final Form, lap 20 of 26. He's got LS1 Bed ahead of him. After getting as close as he ever has been in this race, he hit the wall slightly a couple of laps ago. And is now looking to get himself back towards LS1 Bed. LS1 Bed's first ever Revline Wreckfest 2 event. David Final Form has stacked him up now. I think he's on his 5th. He did last week's, and he's done all 4 of the races this evening. Through that whole section, David Final Form was so much quicker than LS1 Bed. He's now within touching distance as we enter lap 22 of 36. LS1 Bed goes a little bit wider, but David Final Form's going to hit the barrier there. We might have to consider the amount of racing that David has done tonight. It'll probably be very tiring doing 4 mini Enduros back to back to back. Concentration might not be fully there, but still plenty of racing to be done here. Right, we'll quickly look through the grid then. We've got 3rd place Plague there, then Bomb at Hoodlum. Then we've got Rock Train making the overtake there on Reed. Not sure what happened to Reed there. He's a lot slower than he really should be through that section. I'm not sure if he made a mistake. But Rock Train is now ahead of Per Tacker and Reed Crafter. We've got side-by-side action here for 1st and 2nd place. LS1 Bed ahead there in the black and white. David Final Form in the blue and yellow. At 23 of 36. Bed holding on for now. He's got 13 laps to do so. We're all feathering that throttle there as we go down the hill. LS1 Bed will hold that middle lane. He has to keep it nice and tight here, so David Final Form doesn't get the side-by-side as we go up the hill. They do touch ever so slightly. David Final Form does back out of that one a little bit. Yeah, David Final Form doesn't have to force the issue just yet. We've got about 12 laps remaining of this one. He might just hold station there, see if LS1 Bed makes a mistake. They'll say that they go side by side as we go down the hill, but LS1 Bed will have the inside line as we hit the hard left-hander. David Final Form figuring out where to find the space. He keeps swooping left and swooping right, trying a different line than LS1 Bed to see if he can find a gap. LS1 Bed holds the middle lane, then keeps hold of it for at least another lap. They're so close. They touch ever so slightly as they go down the start and finish. On this section, Bed always goes a little bit wider than David Final Form. David trying to find space. He goes narrower through the sharp left-hander there. But one thing still stands is LS1 Bed is still in the lead of the race. David Final Form has to do all the attacking, and if LS1 Bed can just hold his lines and place his car in a position where there's no gaps, then he'll be able to win this one, but that is easier said than done. We'll ride on board for a lap with David Final Form. And I believe I've lost connection. Is that for everyone, or is that just me? Oh, please tell me the server didn't die. I think it was just me. I think it was just me. That's good. I thought the full server died then, but we are good. We are good. We are back. We are back. God, the full server crash then. That'd have been terrible, but we are still racing right now. David Final Form did not manage to make the overtake in that brief intermission. So lap 29 of 36, David Final Form fully caught up to Ellis Baird after Ellis Baird built a gap. He is now trying to find a way to overtake. They're going to go side by side. Oh my god. Ooh, Ellis Baird's going to have the inside line. I think David Final Form backed out of that one a little bit there. Ellis Baird with a 34.159 to his name. They're about to lap enter 30 of 36. David Final Form has not found a way to overtake Ellis Baird yet. The laps are starting to dwindle. Opportunities are getting fewer. There's still plenty of time ahead for David Final Form to steal an opportunity to get another win for himself. Ellis Baird, they're going to be side by side as they go down the hill. Looks like David Final Form is going to try to find a way to get into the inside on the final turn. But Ellis Baird will have the speed on the start finish, but David Final Form will have the inside line. So we're into lap 31 of 36. Like this is the best opportunity David Final Form has had yet to complete the overtake. It looks like he will get it for now. We do have back markers just up ahead though. David Final Form gets a position from Ellis Baird. So now the roles are reversed. Can Ellis Baird now launch an attack on David Final Form? He's got 5 laps to do so. Back markers up ahead. Will they cause an issue here for these two? Looks like the gap has already started to build between David and Ellis Baird. Ellis Baird making a very good account for himself though. He's showing he's definitely got the pace here in Wreckfest 2. And he's definitely a player to look out for in the future. We'll just quickly see what's going on. Plague having a very, very lonely race. F-Bomb looks like it's been caught up by Hoodlum and Rock Train. Rock Train on a recovery drive, looking for a way to overtake Hoodlum. They are both caught up to F-Bomb, who is in 4th position right now. But we will just quickly go back and see what's happening in this lead battle. Looks like David Final Form, the gap has got a little bit bigger between him and Ellis Baird. There is Moona and Noob School up ahead. They both allow the leader to overtake. I think Noob School and Moona got a little bit confused there as to what they were doing, but they both wanted to allow this battle to commence. Either way, they managed to do so. Ellis Baird nearly flipped it there. That was almost a disaster. But he holds on for dear life. And he'll keep that 2nd place for now. There is Plague in 3rd position. We've got F-Bomb, Hoodlum, Rock Train, a battle hotting up for 4th, 5th and 6th. F-Bomb having a very good race so far. Looks like Hoodlum has felt his way into the race here. Picked up the pace as the race has gone on. Rock Train, we all know how quick he can be. In the 6th position right now. Only 2 laps for Hoodlum to try and find an overtaking opportunity on F-Bomb. F-Bomb goes a little bit wide, but Hoodlum maybe cannot get close enough as we hit the start finish. So F-Bomb there in 4th position, Hoodlum 5th, Rock Train in 6th place. I will look at the lead battle again to see if Ellis Baird has got any closer in a second. Here we go, there is first David Final Form, about to enter the last lap of the race. Got Ellis Baird in 2nd, and in 3rd we've got Trine Plague. In 4th we've got F-Bomb, in 5th Hoodlum, in 6th Rock Train. They're about to enter the last lap of the race. We go through the final 10. Noob Scoob a lap behind. He's been very good at letting the leaders overtake, but Hoodlum's going to go side by side through the start finish. Is he going to claim 4th position on the last lap here? F1 just needs to hold on this left-hand side so he can have the inside for the sharp left-hander. Hoodlum has got it for now. F-Bomb looks like he will get the inside. Hoodlum going a little bit wide there. And Rock Train will get the position from Hoodlum. They was both very, very close as it was going through that sharp left. Not much space for them both to manoeuvre. Maybe Rock Train will get them both on the last lap here. Rock Train, can he get the 4th position on the last lap? Getting 2 positions. F-Bomb nearly hitting that wall again. And Rock Train will get 4th place. Good racing. Rock Train getting 2 positions there on the last lap. F-Bomb and Hoodlum per taco will finish. But yeah, great racing from LS1 Bear. David, final form. Play getting 3rd position. Rock Train climbing up into 4th after having to reset earlier on from an incident. F-Bomb in 5th. Hoodlum in 6th place. And that is our lot, ladies and gentlemen. It's been great racing all evening. And that is our first night of our Revline ranking races. David final form getting another win. LS1 Bed in 2nd, and Plague will be our final podium of the evening.